When will be the Bitcoin top of this cycle? That is the question everybody wants to know. In this video, I will tell you more about my research. I did some research in the chart and I can tell you what my prediction is. We can see a pattern of the history in the chart. And also we can see that the Bitcoin holders of 1000 Bitcoin is buying heavily. More about that in this video. So if you're curious about when the Bitcoin top is and what is happening with the wallets of Bitcoin, you need to watch this video. But before we go over this video, the Crypto June channel is growing exponentially. We have right now 2,220 subscribers and we posted 170 videos in 7 months. Guys, we're posting almost every day, so I will appreciate your support if you like my videos. You want to see more content? Do you have a request about some content? Let me know in the comments and I will make a video for you. So guys, let's get back to the first part. Bitcoin wallets. We saw that the Bitcoin holders of 1000 Bitcoin is buying heavily Bitcoin. We see that the amount of Bitcoin holders was 2000. So more than 2000 wallets was holding 1000 Bitcoin. And currently we are sitting at 152 more. Like, this is insane. If we do the calculator, 152 times 1000, we have now 152,000 Bitcoin. If we multiply this with 56,000, because Bitcoin is currently at 56,000, and this is so awesome. I love it. And that is an amount of $8 billion. 8,512,000,000 exactly. And this is out of circulation. This is currently holding by the big whales. So I love that because it's nobody can touch this Bitcoin anymore until they start selling, of course. But currently they are buying more and more every day. So that's very bullish for me. Also, the 100 Bitcoin wallets is very steady. Nothing special about that. We can see the 10 Bitcoin wallets is decreasing. So these guys are selling since we going upwards. So these guys are probably selling their Bitcoin to buy other projects. Like, most people buy Bitcoin. Once they reach a certain amount of profit, they sell the Bitcoin and buy high caps. That's how the money cycle works. Phase 1 is always Bitcoin. After that, we can see Ethereum is outperforming. That is currently the state where we're in right now. We see that Bitcoin is going sideways, and since today, of course, it's going upwards. But Ethereum is doing quite well. If we look at Ethereum, Ethereum is on its way for a nice run. And since the beginning of February, like, I need to zoom out further, we see that Ethereum is doing very well. Like, the 23rd of January all the way up to now is 50% up, and Ethereum is doing quite well. And that's all we can see right now. Phase 2 Ethereum, and phase 3 is large caps. And large caps is like the top 100 projects. Like, they are also doing quite well when Ethereum pumps. And soon as the large caps is also pumping, phase 4 is altcoin season. But for altcoin season, we need to check the Bitcoin dominance, because when the Bitcoin dominance reach a higher level, as in when I do the daily one, when we see the Bitcoin dominance around this area of 70% and we see it dropping, this is so bullish for altcoins, like very bullish. But I think everybody is now waiting for when will be the Bitcoin top. Like, you want to know, hey, tell me more about the Bitcoin top and your research. So we did some quite of good research about the amount of days it took from the bottom all the way up to the top. How much days it took from the top to the bottom of each cycle. So let's get to the first cycle. This was in 2011, like way long time ago. And 2011, we need to zoom in way more. Like, it's so low, the price was so cheap. Okay, guys, it started on the 18th of October 2011. Bitcoin was only at the price of 30 cents or something, like $1 or so super low. And it reached an all-time high in 539 days. And this was on the 7th of April 2013. And we saw Bitcoin was going from the top to the bottom from 260 all the way down to 68. It took 86 days. It's quite short, but it's way different period of the market. Like, almost nobody was in at the moment. Now we have the second cycle, cycle number 2. And it took Bitcoin from the 4th of July, around $68, all the way up to 1200. It took 152 days. And the ending date was around the 3rd of December. And again, it took 404 days from the top to the bottom, and we reached the bottom of $160. Imagine when you were active at this time, you bought only 1 or 10 bitcoins for $166, and you keep it and you forgot about it, and then you hear about Bitcoin on the news and you think, I have those bitcoins. I want to know more about them. I want to see my bitcoins. And then you have found out that you still have the wallet. And so many people lost their wallet because they think it's useless. I forgot it, or the computer crashed. It was way harder at the time. Now we're coming at the 3rd cycle, and this was the 31st mainstream cycle. It was the cycle that took from 2025 all the way up to 2017, and this one took 1071 days. And we see that Bitcoin did quite very well. From 200 all the way up to 20,000 is 100x. And we can see from the top to the bottom it took 361 days. And 361, you need to keep this number in mind, because also from the bottom here in cycle 4 to the top of cycle 4, it took 158 days. Look at the days of the 3rd cycle. The 3rd cycle is also around this number, and we can see the same from the bottom here. We see 380 days. It's almost the same as from the top to the bottom in the previous cycle. And now again, we can see if we do the same amount of days, 1056, we can see that the cycle ends in October 2025. And guys, I want to mention something, because I found something I haven't thought about it. Think about the ETF. The ETF, everybody was expecting the same. Bitcoin price will go higher. And when everybody expects the same and they think they know it for sure, they will start buying because people are not scared. And we see the same with the ETF. Everybody was already priced in before the ETF approval. So the Bitcoin price was way higher than expected before. And after that, nobody was buying because everybody was already in and ready to take profits. And what happened? People start selling because they were impatient. And right now we are way higher, of course. But I think the same about this, the cycle. The cycle will go quicker because people know about the history of Bitcoin. They expect everybody is taking profits after a certain amount of days, a certain amount of greed. And then people start realizing, I need to take earlier profits. So everybody think what others are thinking, they start doing that. So I think personally that we can expect that the end of the bull cycle of cycle 5 is in the middle of 2025, because everybody knows what's happening from the history. Of course, I can be wrong, but I will start taking profits when Bitcoin reaches 200k or the middle of 2025. I'm not taking everything all out once. I scale out. I take out every week or every month. Not every month, I take every week, I take out a certain amount of percentage. Take profits out, lock them in my bank, and don't touch it anymore. Don't be a greedy person that wants to maximum. You cannot predict the top. You cannot do it. I cannot do it. You cannot do it. We can only play smart. And that's what we need to do. So the next thing is Bitcoin Cycle Master. What can we expect from the Cycle Master? If we look at the history, it's quite accurate. Like when we touch the red line, it's the danger zone. Be aware that you need to take profits. Same happens here, same happens here, and same happens here. Take a screenshot of the screen and also about the bottoms. Look at how accurate it is. When we below the blue line, you need to start buying Bitcoin until we go above it again. Do the same here. If you start buying Bitcoin below the blue line, you are in a good amount of profits right now. Same here. We touch the green line as a bottom, green line as a bottom, green line as a bottom. It's not that hard. Like, I don't know, but Bitcoin is so, like, don't be greedy, be smart, use data, and it's so easy to make profits. Also, net unrealized profit and losses. This chart shows you how much people were in a profit or in a loss. And we can see that when the Bitcoin price was an all-time high here, people were for 78% in profit. Almost everyone was in profit. When we were at the bottom, we see that minus 44% was in a loss. So this is a very great moment to buy. And also the same here. So much people are in profit. And this is the area when people start breaking profits and you need to get out. You need to get out when we reach an area where people are so much people in profit. Because if you don't take profits, somebody else will does. And that means that the price will decrease. We are currently still in this building stage of belief. And people start getting more and more belief. I hate more people around me talking about Bitcoin. Soon as some rappers or influencers start making videos about crypto again and tell you to buy, that is the moment you need to get out. That is definitely a top signal. When people who are not into crypto tells you to buy crypto, get out, like immediately, because that is the moment there are so many people in profit and you need to get out. Again, guys, I will appreciate a like and a subscribe on the Crypto June channel if you want to see more content like this. I will appreciate it, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.